Hello everyone, my name is Ashrat. I am very excited to present my project titled EDA on Amazon Prime Video. The project type is Exploratory Data Analysis project on streaming content data. Project summary. The main goal of this exploratory data analysis is to understand and explore the content of Amazon Prime Video. To do this, we need to explore, analyze, and clean the dataset. And here in this project, I use two types of dataset, which is the titles CSV and credit CSV. For data cleaning, it is the initial step involving checking for missing values. Different imputation strategies used for data cleaning is mode, mean, and dropping rows. Mode is nothing but most frequent values. Mean is the average of the numerical columns, and dropping rows were essential for data. And the columns used in this dataset is content type, age certification, journal, release year, runtime, IMDb and TMDB scores, and so on. The tools and libraries I used for this project is Pandas for data manipulation and cleaning, Seaborn, and Matplotlib for data visualization. This is the GitHub link for this project. And let's begin to the code. First of all, we need to import the libraries, Pandas, Matplotlib, and Seaborn. Next, we need to load the data set. As I said before, I use titles and credits data. Here, I import these two data. Then I need to merge these two data. And the common column for these two is ID. Dataset first view. Here, I use head function to view few lines of the dataset. And rows and column count. Here I used a shape, which means 1,24,347 rows and 19 columns in this data set. Here for the information, I used info function, which gives the overall information of the data set. And duplicate values. Here I use a duplicated dot sum, which gives a duplicate values. Here 160 duplicate values in this data set. And missing values and null values is null function dot sum. This gives the missing values of the dataset, whether the column character has 16,307 missing values. For the further analysis, we need to make everything as 0. This is the visualization of missing values using heat map. And here I need to give specify the columns. So I use a to list. Here only the column names are specified. And for describe, I used and for describe function, it will give a count, mean, standard deviation, minimum, and IQR and maximum for each and every column in the dataset. And these are the variables and its description. Person ID, the same unique ID for each and every person ID, unique ID for each shows and each content, which means a movie or a show. Name of the person, then character name played by the person, role of the person in the content. The title of the content, then type of the content, which is a movie or a show. Description, which gives a brief summary of the content. Release year, when this movie or a show released. A certification, content rating, like parent guidance. Some movies are comes under the parent guidance, and many of the movies will comes under the restricted mode. And the runtime, the duration of the content 10 minutes. Journal associates with content like a drama, comedy, horror, and so on. Production countries, the TV or the shows which is produced by the countries. The season, number of seasons. If it is a TV shows, which means movies does not have a season, only as TV shows have a season. IMDb ID, unique ID for the content. Then IMDb score, which scales from 0 to 10. The same TMDB score will also scales from 0 to 10. For checking the unique values, here I used a for loop function to check the unique values, then in unique function. Here in the column, this will explain the unique values. The column has the unique values or not. Then for data cleaning purpose, here I use a draw pending for the subset. discretion, which means drop the missing values from the discretion. Okay. Then for age certification, a mode, which means the most frequent value. Here R is most frequent value. R is nothing but the restriction mode. The children under the age 17 are restricted to see the such films. They can only see with the parent guidance or a guardian. These films are more available in the Amazon Prime Video. Here I need to drop the here I need to replace fill and name, which is used to replace the values and replace the values and add up with a specific value, right? And for this season, I need to replace the value with another value. Okay, here I replaced with 0. And round. Here the IMDb score is the numerical value, so I used a mean function. Here it will add up all the IMDb score and check the average, and it will round up to a 1 decimal, and it will replace into a new value. The same process will done in TMDB score also, and the same for TMDB popularity, but the decimal point is up to 2. And here for IMDb ID, we need to drop. Okay. And for the same character also, we need to drop. Then now we need to check whether the dataset having missing values or not. Now we need to check everything is 0. There is no missing values in this dataset. Next, we need to move to duplicate value. We already seen that we have 168 duplicate values. We need to drop that duplicates. Then we need to check whether it has a duplicate or not. It is 0. So we clear the duplicates also. Okay, these are the methods and the purpose of this. And next we need to move to we are moving to data visualization. From in chart 1, I have plot box plot. Okay, for IMDb score. Here the median is 6. Here the median is 6. Okay. Here the median is 6, which means most of the IMDb scores are in 6. And the IQR boxes ranges from 5 to 7. And these are the outliers. Okay. Most of the outliers from above 9, and very no. Less outliers are above 9, and most of them are up below 3. Fine. Next, box plot for runtime. The average runtime of this is around 90 to 100. Okay, and above 150, most of the shows or a movie are run, and below 50, and some of the movies will run. These are the outliers. And next, I have differentiate that box plot for shows and a movie. The average IMDb score for show is around 7.5, and for a movie is 6. And IQR ranges from 7 to 8.5, and here for movie is 5.3 to 6.7. More low score outlier. Okay, in movies, in shows, more low score outlier, but in movies a wide spread of outlier. Then histogram for IMDb scores. This graph tells that the average IMDb score is around 6 to 7, right? And and some of them are above 9, and some of them are below 3. But majority is from 6 to 7. And the histogram for release here. Here, the density curve shows that most of the Amazon Prime video are released in the year 2020. And for in an initial stage, it is very less. In which means in 90s 20, it is very less comparing to 2020. Then a count plot, which is similar to a bar chart. Uh, Here, the type shows and the movie. There are what 20,000 below 20,000 shows are available, but the movies has the higher demand, which means dominant. Nearly 10,000. No, nearly 1 lakh. Okay, sorry, nearly 1 lakh. The movies are dominant, but the shows are very less in the Amazon Prime Video. And then bar plot and the views, which means seasons. Okay, the shows have the majority season, but the movies have no season at all. Only the shows have the season. So the movie has no plot. Fine. And in count plot, for uh, what age certification. Here the dominant is R, right, which is restriction. Next, the parental guidance. Restriction has restriction movies are more in the Amazon Prime Video, which means the childrens are under 17 years are restricted to see the movies. Only with the parent guidance or a guardian, they need to watch the movie. And next chart is a scatter plot. Here, I use IMDb. It is one of the bivariant analysis. So I use two types of variables, X and Y, which is X has a runtime and Y is IMDb score. Here, in in this in this graph, the runtime for the show is in this color and movies in a orange color. The shows are around 50 nearly 50 runtime. The runtime is nearly 50, and runtime for movie is around majority is from 100 to 150, and there is an outlier which is 300, and the IMDb score for each is given in this graph. And I used a pie chart. Uh, Here, action, comedy, drama, and horror. Action, the 40% for action, 30% for comedy, and 20% for drama, and remaining 10 for horror. By using the plot pie, the pie chart will be drawn based on the journal. Next, here I need to retrieve journal from the data set. Retrieve column journal from the data set and the count of the journal. And here I give the condition that which is greater than 1,500. So these are the data from the data set which is greater than 1,500. And here I plot it for bar chart. Here bar plot I have plotted. Here the people's prefer drama. Okay, people's prefer drama mostly, and then comedy. Then for production countries, the same I used the value count. Okay, head, which means first 10 datas. First 10 datas. Here the US production is dominant compared to all. So most of the TV shows or movies are produced in the country US. Next, India. Here's GB and CA. We need to concentrate in this because it has the less count, right? Next, here I use a line plot. X variable contains a release year and Y is a runtime. This shows that the after 2000 there is a consistency of consistency of the runtime, which is 90 to 100. The runtime is around 90 to 100 after about 2000. But in the initial stage in 1920, the runtime is nearly 180, above 180. Okay, this graph shows the runtime and the release year. Next, correlation heat map. Um, Here, this red color shows the positive correlation and the blue shows the negative correlation. Here, these are the positive correlations and these are the negative correlations. These are somewhat relating to each other. This correlation heat map shows the relationship between the two variables. Okay. Here I used IMDb score, TMDB popularity, and runtime. This shows the relationship between all the three. And pair plot. It is nothing but it will plot pairwise. Here I simply put SNS dot pair plot and mergedf. Mergedf is my data set, merged data set. Okay. The data inside the data set will pair according to it. Each and every variables were paired. This is the entire data set as paired between two variables. And the conclusion of my project is this project provides a valuable insights into our film industries using data analysis. By understanding the trends in genre, release year, IMDb score, the production countries, and runtime business can create a content that aligns with audience preference, invest in the right regions and genre, plan strategic release schedules, improve marketing based on the viewer trends. Overall, data-driven decision can lead to better content, increased viewer engagement, and higher profitability. Thank you.